Hello, welcome to today's tutorial, which is about making a hand salve. Now, many people can easily find some thick hand moisturizers, but if you ever get that really dry, irritated skin, especially in winter, if your hands start to crack, you wash a lot of dishes and the air is just dry, sometimes those other lotions that have a lot of fragrance can actually sting and burn. So I used to work in a daycare and I was constantly washing my hands, and in the winter they were even more dry, and I would try to put on lotion, but I found that those lotions were actually burning when I would put on because my skin was so dry. So when our skin, our skin is our largest organ, and we need to take care of that, and the things that we put on our skin matter just as much as the things that we put in our body. So just as much as staying hydrated helps your skin stay nice and smooth and soft, what we put on it also really helps. So if you find that you really need some extra loving on your hands, we are going to make a hand salve that is super nourishing to skin, and it doesn't sting, and it is really thick. But if your heels on your feet are really dry, you could also use this on your feet. Put some on your feet and then put socks on before you go to bed, and your feet will be much softer in the morning. Now I carry this little tin. It's 1.8 ounces. I just have been refilling a tin that I bought some stuff a while ago, but I've been refilling this tin as I go. I keep it in my purse and it just goes everywhere with me. Every time I wash my hands, I like to put some on. So now what we're going to start with, actually we'll go over here, is equal parts shea butter and coconut oil. Now, some people prefer just the shea butter, some people prefer the feel of just coconut oil. I've done both. The coconut oil absorbs in a little bit quicker and is a little bit runnier when it's on your skin. The shea butter is a little bit thicker. So depending on what consistency that you prefer, you might want to put more coconut oil, you might want to put more shea butter, or you could just pick one or the other. But for this demo, I've mixed 50-50. And I've just melted them together, and now I'm just kind of stirring to make sure they're mixed really good. And what we're going to do is just pour it straight into the tin. And oh, I slopped a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so now I'm going to put in a couple oils that are super good for skin. Now, I've made this before with just lavender, and that smells great, and that one is very good for your skin. If you end up putting that lavender on your feet before you go to bed, that's just going to be another boost, as that lavender is going to help you get a more restful night of sleep. But for today's recipe, I'm doing skin beneficial oils. So geranium, the ancient Egyptians used to use this in their skincare, and it is wonderful to include in your skincare routine. So for this size tin, I'm going to do 2 drops of geranium. Actually, no, I'm going to do 3. Okay, so there's 3 drops of geranium. Now, if you don't know what geranium smells like, it's very similar to rose. That people like to call this poor man's rose. Similar, not obviously identical, but similar. Next up is lavender for its soothing qualities. I'm going to do 5. 3, 4, 5. And last but not least, I am putting 3 drops of tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is another one that's very good for skin and skin irritations. So we're going to mix that. Now, yes, as my cameraman just pointed out, I slopped a little bit, but that's okay. We'll clean that up. Oh, I really did slop. That's okay. It's okay. just put the extra on my hand.
No, the phone.
Okay. All right, it's okay. Yes. My cameraman's talking to me. Okay, now for this hand cream, like the deodorant that we made, this is going to be really liquidy for a while. If I'm in a rush, I will stick this in the fridge to help it solidify. Both the shea butter and the coconut oil will be solids at a room temperature. So this will get back to a solid. It's just going to take a little while. If you're in a rush, like I said, stick it in the fridge to help it get back to solid. But until that, be very careful moving it because it will be sloppy. And that is my tutorial for hand cream. I hope you enjoy. I would love to hear how you like that recipe, and I look forward to hearing your responses.